I'd like to call the Tuesday, February 13, 2018 Committee of Whole meeting to order. It's approximately 6:15 PM. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Fairclough,
Here.
Councilwoman Bailey,
Here.
Councilman Ross,
Here.
Vice Mayor Shelley, Mayor Porter.
Here. We have one deletion, Mr. Manager. I think you wanted to remove tab 14.
Is that the,
Is that correct?
yes.
Okay, so tab 14 is taken off. Any other deletions or deferrals?
No, that's it, Mayor.
Tab 1, Mr. Attorney, Mr. Manager?
So the minutes,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Is there a motion to approve the minutes, tab 1? Is there a second? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 2,
Mayor, on October 27, 2017, the city advertised RFP 201802 for grant administration and project delivery services in connection with the fiscal year 2017-18 CDBG grant award. 3 firms submitted their proposals. Knowles and Associates received the highest score. Staff recommends Mayor and Council approve the award of RFP 201802 for community development block grant administration and project delivery services to Knowles and Associates as follows. Fiscal year 17-18, $93,500. Fiscal year 18-19, $72,500. Total contract $166,000. And Calvin is here. He does an excellent job for us. And if you have any questions.
any questions from council? Tab 2. Is there a motion to move tab 2? Is there a second? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 3.
Mayor, several city departments, after review from Fleet, have determined that the attached list of vehicles have outlived their usefulness and are no longer adequate for their intended purpose. Other items listed have also become obsolete or no longer needed for public purposes. Due to the fact it is no longer cost-effective to keep these vehicles and items in operation, the city will auction them off as a surplus. Staff recommends Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution and authorize city manager to surplus the attached list of vehicles and miscellaneous items that will be sold by means of online auction or disposed of by other authorized procedures. This is in accordance with City of Homestead Code Section 2-440 surplus property.
Questions from council? Ms. Fairclough?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Question, do we know the condition of the laptops and computers, the Apple iPad and Apple iPod Nano?
Councilwoman, usually the items that we put on surplus are pretty bad condition. Most of those came from the police department, if I'm not mistaken. I could definitely check to see what the conditions are, but most likely they're not worth the trouble.
What can you check to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I request that we remove these items from the surplus list tonight, such time that you check them to determine whether or not they can be repurposed, because my idea is to provide them to students in our community who don't have access to technology at home because they have to access supplementary technology programs after school and accumulate a certain amount of minutes per week, and they don't have the technology to be able to do that. So something that's halfway decent for them to be able to use to access these programs would be great. So if you can look at these devices to determine whether or not they can be repurposed and provided to students in the community.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go ahead and do that for you.
Thank you.
Is that the Dell desktop? Which one is that?
Well, I'll take a look at all the items. I'll have staff look at them and see what we have available.
He's here, right? He's not here. Okay. Because I thought maybe your IT guy is here, isn't he?
Yeah.
You want it? Can you answer that now, or does it need? Got it.
Right here.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
He,
Okay, so we're gonna take it off and staff will bring it back to you. Fair enough? Everybody good?
yes.
Okay. Any other questions from council? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second with the amendment.
With the amendment. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Tab 4.
Mayor, the Renaissance Substation provides electricity to City of Homestead HPS customers east of the Turnpike Extension, including the Homestead Hospital and all residential subdivisions in that area within the HPS electrical territory. This substation currently has one 40 megawatt per hour transformer. With this growth the city has experienced in this area, it is necessary to install an additional power transformer at the substation to maintain sufficient power as well as electrical system reliability for the citizens of Homestead. Burns and McDowell was approved to provide the design necessary to competitively bid out the installation of the new transformer and the corresponding substation work. During design discussions, the city identified a need to further modify the substation to increase electrical reliability and to add functionality and equipment needed to support additional future forecast growth. This amendment covers those design changes. Staff recommends Mayor and Council authorize City Manager to approve an additional $55,873 to purchase order number 171981 for Burns and McDowell, Rec number 1288403. This amendment is to cover a revised scope of work.
Are there any questions from council? There's a motion to move forward. Is there a second? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 5,
Mayor, during an inspection, the existing lube oil cooler lube bundle in use on Enterprise engine number 19 was found to be in need of a replacement. The failing cooler is beyond its useful lifespan and has been repaired on numerous occasions. Engine number 19 is the largest energy-producing unit at the Gordon IV power plant. It's one of the newer engines and can produce upwards of 8.8 megawatts. This engine is vital in the energy production for the city of Homestead and cannot operate properly until the cooler is replaced. Staff recommends Mayor and Council approve the purchase of a new lube oil cooler tube bundle from U.S. Auto Radiator DBA 3-star radiator. The cost of fabrication and delivery is quoted at $31,342. To cover any unforeseen additional replacement labor and material costs, a not-to-exceed dollar amount of $36,342 is requested for approval. This is an unexpected capital project that was not included in the five-year capital improvement plan. The cooler failed after the budget was submitted for approval.
are there any questions from council? Who up here is the oil cooler specialist? Nobody. Nobody. Kate, you're the oil cooler specialist? You need it, right? Okay. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 6,
Mayor, the procurement department has received quotes for the purchase of 2 message boards, and the lowest quote received was $29,100. The Wanko message boards will be used to notify the public of upcoming city events and parking directions the day of the events. Staff recommends Mayor and Council authorize city manager to purchase 2 Wanko message boards for a total purchase price of $29,100. This was, in fact, part of the capital improvement plan, CIP number 803.
this is 2 additional, Mr. Manager, or is it 2 additional or replacing some? 2 additional, okay. Any questions from council? Is there? Yes, sir. Vice Mayor?
Just a quick question, not necessarily directly related to this approval, but I know we had some discussion a while back trying to see if we could find some substantial dollars to message boards, permanent message boards over the top of Sonora, major roadways, high one of the other car accidents, Seminole a year later as well, over the top of Pearl Avenue. Just to follow up and see what the status is looking into options to install more professional permanent message boards versus the small boards ordering here.
Mayor, we think Julio was working on that, but Julio is out on recovery, so we will follow up with him and get back to you all with that.
Is that okay, Vice Mayor?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Say it again, Mr. Manager.
Julio, we believe, was working on that, and we will check with Julio. He's out on a recovery, but we will find out and get back to you all.
Perfect, thank you very much.
All right, sir, thank you. Is there a motion on tab 6? Is there a second? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 7.
Mayor, I Am Different, Inc. is a free mentoring program for young girls ages 8 through 18. This event is to increase their self-esteem, self-confidence, academic and personal development. This event is free to the community. I Am Different, Inc. is a nonprofit organization. They are requesting mayor and council authorize the city manager to approve a waiver of usage fee in a total amount of $2,400 for the use of the William F. Dickinson Community Center Health Room one Saturday per month for a year beginning in March 2018. According to city code, the city council sets fees and has the right to waive parks and recreation fees by majority vote.
Questions from council? Ms. Fairclough.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I was contacted by Ms. Shalonda Caldwell, if you can please come up here, regarding this mentoring program. And I was really excited about the work that she was doing. I originally saw her before the city of Florida City requesting support for this project. Shalonda and I went to school together at Homestead Senior High School. I believe we were in the same step team also, right? Yeah.
Yes,
We were in the same step team together. And she's always been an upstanding young lady, and I fully support the work that she's doing and really excited that you would like to expand and do some of the work in the city of Homestead. Can you talk a little bit about some of the projects and programs that you'll be implementing with I Am Different?
absolutely. Good evening, everyone. Mayor Porter and to councilmen and women and everyone that's here tonight. My name is Shalonda Caldwell. I'm the founder and director of I Am Different program. I Am Different organization is a mentoring program geared towards girls, young girls, ages 8 to 18 years old. And basically what I do is provide mentorship. The program is totally free to the girls. I provide mentorship through workshops. Once a month, I meet with the girls. We do workshops geared toward boosting their self-confidence, their self-esteem, um, teaching them how to pretty much be a good citizen in our communities. To date, we have had a workshop monthly since August. Back in October 2017, I met with the mayor of Florida City, and we received approval to meet once a month at the Florida City Community Center, and that is where I currently host workshops. I'm looking to expand to Homestead as well to provide the services to the Homestead community free of charge. Originally, I requested that we use the William B. Dickerson Community Center, but whatever community center or building is available, it doesn't have to be a very large area. We started out using the Days Inn Hotel Conference Room, and from there we were approved, like I said, through Florida City. So I'm looking for approval through Homestead as well. We also do community service events. Back in December, I took the girls to Brookwood Nursing Home, and we made Christmas cards. We sang Christmas carols, and just teaching the girls to give back to the community. It's my goal to give them a solid foundation so that they can become better citizens and have that positive self-esteem that's needed. I'm married. I have 3 daughters myself, and when I drop them off into our community schools, I see the great need for mentorship amongst the young girls. Just to give you a little background about myself, I am a correctional officer lieutenant for a Dade Correctional Institution. I have 14 years with the State of Florida Department. I'm a member of House of God Church in Homestead, Florida. Been a member there all my life. I'm a minister there as well. Um, so I have a little knowledge and experience raising my own girls, and I see the great need that is there for the community.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted you to mention your background because in addition to you seeing the need when you drop your girls off to school, you see the need when you go to work
Absolutely.
because you work with inmates. Am
Absolutely.
I correct? So this is a preventative measure to ensure that we're providing our girls with the necessary skill sets to be able to lead a quality life and not end up in the juvenile justice system.
Yes, being a part of the correctional facility, I see the need that's there. Although I do work at the male facility, right next door to us is a female facility, and the age is getting younger and younger as they're getting censuses and coming in. And I think I'm sure with this program we can deter that get the girls on the right path, give them some positive mentoring and guidance to set them up. Also, we focus on academic and personal development. And one way I measure success of the program is, through the report cards. And from our first semester to the second semester, I have seen some increase in the academic performance of our girls.
I'd love to work with you and partner with you, and come out and mentor and talk to the girls, and definitely have some report card conferences with them to talk about their grades and what some of the next steps can be. And I also invite my colleague,
Absolutely.
Councilwoman Bailey, to join me to volunteer to work with your organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from council? I know you are not-for-profit as well, so that's always key to the fee waiver for us, so. Vice Mayor, you okay? You here?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Move it.
Is there a second? Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Tab 8. Thank you, ma'am.
Mayor, the police department operates and maintains a number of off-site locations which support critical communications and data capabilities for the department's normal and emergency operations and communications for other city departments. All sites have generators and battery backup systems, UPS, to ensure continuity of communications during events which result in short and long-term power outages, ensuring that they do not fail when needed most. This CIP purchase, which is being recommended tonight, is for the new enhanced battery backup systems at the sites. Well, there are existing systems. They have all gone through a battery replacement cycle 5 years ago and have reached a point where they can no longer properly support operations. These types of systems have a 10 to 15-year life cycle with a battery replacement every 5 years. The systems proposed offer the best reliability at an optimum price point. 2 systems will be installed at each site, providing a combined runtime of 6 to 10 hours without power and redundant capability in that if one system fails, all systems continue to operate, but with a shorter runtime. The runtime capability is needed for circumstances where the power has failed and the generator fails, allowing time for repair, and for extended outages when the generator needs to be serviced, allowing the communications and systems to be operating without interruption. These systems represent a significant improvement to the reliability of the sites and will allow for the improvement of the site capabilities, as well as providing for proper run times to ensure continuity of operation. So in other words, we won't be caught sleeping, Mayor. We got this under control. We just need the money now. Okay, so it's staff recommends Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing city manager to purchase UPS systems from CW Government, Inc., in accordance with NJPA contract number 1006014. Total purchase price is $111,426. Now, this is also approved as part of the capital improvement plan, CIP number 865.
Mission critical.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Moved, seconded. All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 9.
Mayor, SOS provides victim advocates, case managers, care coordinators who act as liaisons between victims, law enforcement, medical personnel, the judicial process, and social service personnel. SOS provides immediate appropriate services to victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. City of Homestead has been awarded a grant so that SOS can provide victim advocacy services. At the 9/27/17 council meeting, the city accepted this grant from the Florida Attorney General for $94,000. The Florida Attorney General has amended the grant award by $34,945, bringing the total amount of the grant to $128,945. Staff recommends the mayor and council accept the amended grant award from the Florida Attorney General for victim advocacy services and authorize city manager to enter into the amended grant agreement in substantially the form attached.
Any questions from council? Is there a motion to accept money? Moved and seconded. All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 10.
Mayor, the city is currently contemplating the installation of a marquee sign at Seminole Theater, which requires a construction and maintenance agreement with FDOT to enable the sign to encroach into or over the FDOT right-of-way. This agreement has no financial impact to the city, and prior to installation of the marquee, The item would be brought to the council for approval. Staff recommends mayor and council authorize city manager to execute a construction and maintenance agreement between the city and Florida Department of Transportation, allowing the city to install a marquee sign at the Seminole Theater.
Is this necessary with the transfer? Is it a good redundancy to have this agreement? I mean, we're talking about transferring that to that road, Chrome Avenue, to the city, correct? Or am I getting ahead of myself here?
I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Yes,
Okay, that's
there's an
fine.
issue, but in order to do anything in any FDOT right-of-way, they require these maintenance agreements if it's going to touch any portion of it, and because we'll be hanging above it, this is what they need. If we'll be required to maintain it because it's ours in perpetuity, no matter what. So
Okay. There's no financial
there's
impact.
no real impact to the city.
Correct. Okay. Any questions from council? Is there a motion on tab 10? Moved and seconded. All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 11.
Mayor, as the city continues to grow the purchase of this vehicle, well, I'll start from the staff recommends mayor and council approve the attached resolution to authorize the city manager to purchase one 2018 Ford F-250 3/4 ton extended cab pickup truck, 4x4. The total cost is $36,116. This will ensure the city has the ability to continuously maintain the safety and proper function of the city's infrastructure. This purchase is not part of the original CIP. This purchase is made in accordance with Florida Sheriff's Association Automotive Contract number FSA 17 VEL 25.0.
Any questions on tab 11? Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 12.
Mayor, the Florida Department of Transportation has requested the city authorize conveyance of 3 city-owned parcels adjoining the proposed Campbell Drive Road Improvement Project to allow construction of the corridor as designed and approved by the city and FDOT. The 3 parcels adjoin the old City Hall site in Harris Field along the Campbell Drive corridor. A quitclaim deed for each parcel, parcel 120, 123, and 125, have been prepared and is attached to this cover. Staff recommends mayor and council approve the attached resolution to authorize the city manager to execute the conveyance of 3 right-of-way parcels, 120, 123, 125, located along the proposed Campbell Drive Road Improvement Project to the Florida Department of Transportation in substantially the same form as attached. Conveyance deeds have also been approved by FDOT.
This is the property needed to make the turn at US 1 for the alternate route for the big trucks.
Correct.
Correct. Questions from council? Is there a motion?
Mayor?
Vice Mayor?
Yes, Mayor. Quick question. When we originally started negotiations or discussion of this truck bypass to the alternate route here, one of the things that FDOT had mentioned back then was the potential that if we'd asked the right question as it related to removal of the palm trees and the relocation of those palm trees, that might be something that FDOT was willing to do for us. I've raised it a couple times at the council meeting over the last probably 2 or 3 years now. Is that something that was discussed at all as part of this process, as part of this agreement?
Mr. Manager? Hold on, Pete. Hold on. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Pete.
Sorry.
I didn't have the mic on.
Councilman, no, it wasn't. We do have representatives of DOT here this evening, including one of the assistant right-of-way managers, so maybe Javier can answer that question.
I didn't really understand the question.
We had issues there with those palm trees causing power outages, and so as part of that right-of-way acquisition, I know some of those palm trees will be moved as a matter of course, so they'll actually need that location where the palm trees are for the roadway. But then some of the other palm trees that went farther down, that are just a little outside the right-of-way acquisition, there has been some inclination that there was a possibility to have discussions that while the equipment was out there removing those and relocating those trees, that we might be getting the entire branches of them done, which would save us some issues that they have as a power company has with power outages. So, if it's not too late, I would like to try to have some more of that discussion.
Okay, so we're having a little hard time hearing you, Vice Mayor, but what you're asking is the trees that are currently on the City Hall, the old City Hall site, the palms, is there been any discussion about the DOT moving those? Is that what you're asking for?
Homestead and Homestead, and I think they are requiring some right of way down, by the YMCA as well. I believe that's also part of the project. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen it lately, but those are the questions I have. They were going to remove all three potentially, along both of those corridors.
Okay, did you understand what he was asking? Okay.
Hi, my name is Frank Panellas. I'm with Trace Consultants to the FDOT. Mayor and Council.
Do me a favor, pull that mic
Sure.
up there.
So
Thank you.
basically, let me explain a little bit what we have done with the corridor as a whole. The project has looked at the condition of all the existing trees, including the trees that the Vice Mayor was referring to, which are the palm trees along in front of the park. Currently, the plans are calling for those palm trees to be relocated, because basically, we don't remove them if they're in good health. We are calling them to be relocated because there's an opportunity to plant them somewhere in the city if the city wishes to. That's what the current plans that were shared with the city are indicating. If the city has a specific location where they would like those plants to be taken, we can add that information on our plans. Basically, the trees as we see them today, they belong to the city because they're in the city property. They can also be, well, it wouldn't be able to be done as part of the FDOT project if it's done before, but if the city wishes to relocate those trees beforehand, that can happen as well. If for any reason the city does not have any interest on the trees, then that's something that can also be worked out. And in that case, the trees can be called for removal rather than relocation. But the set of plans that was shared with the city have a landscaping component at the end that has a legend for all the trees that are going to be relocated or removed. I'm welcome to talk to Julio a little bit more in detail if there's a difference in preference as to the resolution that was taken for each one of those trees.
Were you able to hear that, Vice Mayor?
I was there, yes, and that does answer some of my questions. The only question I would have is they were talking, I originally had this discussion with FDOT. It included not only those trees that are directly affected by this roadway improvement, but potentially, since they have the equipment, going all the way down, especially on YMCA properties where they're not going to go the full distance, but there's a bunch of palm trees that are causing electrical problems for our power company. Go ahead and have them remove all of those trees at the same time, and they seem willing at that time to do that. That would be something I just would like to look into to see that saves us dollars from having to remove it and potentially pull those trees out, which, you know, from time to time cause problems and are always butchered as a result because the power company cuts them down to nubs. So it's not effective leaking anyways.
Yes, as it stands right now, the trees that are being called for relocation are only the ones that are in direct limits of the project, nothing beyond the project limits.
So your role basically is the ones that are, the trees that are being affected by the project, you've got them slated for removal and relocation somewhere in the city based on the city's needs, correct?
Correct.
And I think what the Vice Mayor is saying, maybe that's something, you know, Dennis, maybe you talk and figure out if there's some way that we could put them someplace else. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the original conversation when I had the conversation 2 or 3 years ago, that it met the opportunity, and so I would like, before this thing completely closed out, I would like for that discussion to take place to see if they could also remove and relocate. And maybe not in the city, that's something we can debate as policymakers, do we need the extra palm trees somewhere within our park, or whether as a result of them taking them, FDOT can put them wherever they need to, in existing projects they have, and that may be a win-win for all parties, but I would like that discussion to at least potentially take place. So it's not a ton more trees, but it is a couple more trees outside of the exact roadway area.
Okay, sir. Anything else, sir?
That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to, let me ask you, just relay back to the department that we appreciate all the work we've been able to accomplish. It's been a tough task. We talked about it the other day. I think when I got on the council in 1997, this was still a project in 97, and it's still a project in 2017. And I think that we've come to the table. Pete, I want to thank you for all the hard work, and I think we're going to see this in our lifetime, as opposed to, I wasn't sure 6 months ago. But
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with the city on this project, and it's going to be a great project once it's done.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Anything else, Vice Mayor?
No, that's all there.
Is there a motion on tab 13? Is there a second?
Tab 12.
I'm sorry, 12, excuse me. Jumping ahead here, 12. Was there a second on tab 12? All in favor? Motion carries. Tab 13,
Mayor, staff recommends mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to execute the Florida Department of Transportation and the City of Homestead roadway transfer agreement for State Road 997 Chrome Avenue from Northwest 8th Street, Campbell Drive to Southwest 8th Street, Southwest 328th Street, in substantially the form attached. This form has been approved by FDOT.
this is what I was asking about. Any questions from council? Basically, you're transferring Campbell, Chrome to Campbell.
Pete, did you want to?
Pete?
Gail, whoever?
Yeah.
The Chrome Avenue from Northwest 8th Street to Campbell Drive, which is Southwest 328th Street, is going to be transferred to the city.
So from 312 8th Street all the way to 328,
Yes,
that transfers from the state road to the city of Homestead.
that is correct. That's what the
Okay,
transfer
that's what this is
agreement
doing.
Yes.
It's our responsibility then, we'll have control of that roadway,
We'll
we'll
have
be able,
control of that road.
so this is a really good thing for us. It's a
good
really good thing
yes,
for us
this
in the
is good.
downtown.
This is good.
Really good thing for us in the downtown area because we're always doing festivals and we always have to get FDOT support. and
Right,
Ask questions, so.
right.
Any questions from council on tab 13? Is there a motion? Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Tab 14 has been removed. Any questions or comments? Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved and seconded, all in favor? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Great meeting.